What's up, guys? I want to make a video talking a little bit about where not to buy knives. Since starting knife reviews on YouTube, I constantly get messages, hey, where's the best place to get knives? And, there's probably literally 25 or 30 different online sources that I go for knives. Of course, I have my top 5 or 6 favorite sites that I've repeatedly used over the years. Great customer service, great prices, great variety. But there's a ton of places you can get knives. The purpose of this video is not to say where to get them. Maybe I'll make a video in the future telling you all those sources. But for right now, I want to tell you where to really stay away from. Okay, there's a lot of places where you're going to either overpay or you're just not going to find what you want. The number one place not to buy knives would be the mall. Okay, if you ever find any kind of knives at the mall, they're either going to be low quality knives, okay, or they're going to be high quality knives that are way overpriced. It's just been my personal experience with many different malls in many different states. They just don't, they're not a great source for knives. Sometimes you'll find little kiosks that carry a bunch of different fantasy type blades, whether they're folders or fixed blades, just really cool things. They kind of market towards maybe teenagers or adults who are into some fantasy games or fantasy movies, things of that nature. Okay, there are a lot of, the swords are wall hangers. They're decorative pieces more than they are functional. The pocket knives, they'll work to cut open your mail in boxes for a little while. The blades will dull. They're not properly heat treated. The quality is just very low. They'll fall apart. The screws strip out. They're very soft. Just that you have a slew of problems. So generally speaking, not all the time, but generally speaking, if you're at the mall and you see a knife you like, you probably should not get it. But you know what? Overall, if you want something, get it. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just giving you a guide. So yeah, knives at the mall, probably not a good thing. The second one where you should probably not buy knives, but there's a caveat to it, and I'll explain that in a second. And that would be brick and mortar knife shops. Okay, now hear me out on this one. When you go to a knife shop, you're going to pay more money for that exact same, no matter what you find in that store. You're going to find, like I'm talking about, you're literally walking into a building that sells knives or a variety of things, and they also sell knives. You're going to pay the most money there as opposed to online. The reason being is because of the overhead. When you're buying from someone online, they don't have to pay an electric bill for their building. They don't have to pay rent to rent that building and or just to own the property. They don't have to pay their employees because they don't have as many employees. They don't have to pay the water bill to flush the toilet that they take a crap in when they're at work. There's a lot more overhead when you when you're physically walking into a store. I guess physically is when you're physically frolicking. It's my word. Feel free to use it. Anyway, yeah, when you're walking into a store, there's a lot more overhead, so they have to add those extra costs onto the products themselves. Here's the biggest caveat to that. If you're in a knife-specific store, if you walk into a store and they sell just knives, please buy something. You're going to overpay for that knife, but you're going to support that local shop. You're going to support them and their family, and I think that's amazing. And any single time I ever get a chance to actually walk into a knife store, a knife-specific store, I'm the first person to buy something. I know I'm overpaying, but it's more of an experience. It's more of, hey, you know what? I'm in here. You're giving me the opportunity to physically check out all these different knives. So I will pay a little bit more money to support you because I love the brick and mortar shops. I don't think our future is the internet. Of course, that's the way we're heading, but I don't like that. I like little mom and pop shops. I like Joe Schmo American company. I love that. So please do overpay in that specific case. But I'm giving you a heads up. If you don't know much about, the cost of these knives, across the board, you will pay a little bit more. But that's what you're paying for. You're paying for that guy's electric bill. You're paying for that, that guy's employee costs. But it's worth it. Okay, it's not something you do all the time. If you're on vacation or something, or if you just happen to see a place and you walk in there, please do support those people. Those are great people. Okay. And really the pillar of the knife community. It's just they don't get the recognition because you don't see them. And every single knife person here, anyone watching this video, if you like knives, that's why you clicked on the video, you want knife stores. You can't find them. They're so hard to find. Trust me, they're everywhere. Do some research. No matter where you live, there's something within driving distance to you that you can go and check out knives and support those people. Okay, you have the added advantage of obviously you're not paying shipping. So of course, a lot of people when they make their purchases, they will consider that. I can get it cheaper online, but add $7 for shipping or whatever it may be. You know what? If the knife's $30 more than you'd pay online and it's still cheaper to get it online with the shipping, support those people. They're worth it. Absolutely. And plus you get to have the knife right away. You don't have to wait. That's the biggest perk. But anyway, the last place to probably not buy knives would be outdoor shops slash sports shops. Okay. I'm talking about Cabela's. I'm talking about Dick's Sporting Goods, Ramsey Outdoor, all these, sports shops, versatile sports shops across the board. A lot of times they will have a variety of knives. Even Walmart, Walmart, everything's cheap there, so that's kind of iffy. But generally speaking, if you go into a store, okay, physically walking into a store or shopping online, if they sell a variety of sporting goods and hunting equipment, their knife prices are going to be more. Why? It's because they don't specialize in knives. If you go to Cabela's, you're going to pay more for a knife at Cabela's than you are going to pay at an online knife dealer because the online knife shops specify in knives. That's all they do. They may have a couple other random things, but the majority of their products are knives. Okay, so they have the best sources, they have the best prices, and the most variety. Particularly if you're shopping online, there's no reason to shop. I mean, I love and support all those stores. Cabela's is an awesome store. It's awesome. But you're going to find knives to be cheaper elsewhere. Exact same knives. It just depends on who you want to support, what kind of company you want to support. But I'm all for supporting the knife specific industry. Love Cabela's, but I'll rather give my money, to people like Blade HQ. Okay, Ben, just a fantastic guy. The whole crew is awesome over there. Blade Ops, great people. There's a million websites. And I will probably do a video in the future telling you every source where I get my knives. New Graham Knives, great people. Awesome, awesome people supplying all us, everyone in the knife community with all of our awesome cutlery. And it's great to support those people. And they have the most variety and the best prices. So why not? Why would you go out of your way, or maybe not out of your way, but why would you go and support this multi-million-dollar sports company when you can spend less money and support good small companies? Okay, I like that. I'm all about supporting the locals. All right, and even online, believe me, those people are local too, just not local to you. But they're not the multi-million-dollar people. Sometimes you don't care. There's different ways you go about purchasing things, not just knives, but anything in your life. Most people just want to pay the least they possibly can for that product. Totally understandable. That's a consumer want. We don't want to overpay for anything, of course. Money is a priority. We all like money. We want to have as much money as possible. It's not a greedy thing. It's a survival thing. The more money you have, the more freedom you have. It's something I recently mentioned to my friend. My grandfather, my father's father, he used to say it all the time. He said, it sucks, but money buys you freedom. And that is the truth. Money does buy you freedom. Anyway, so yeah, we want to pay the least amount as possible, but at what cost? Sometimes it's worth throwing a couple extra bucks of your hard-earned money to good people. All right. So anyway, that's it's pretty much the point I wanted to make. Try to stay away from the mall. Try to stay away from outdoor shops. If you're going to buy knives, whether you're walking into a store or clicking on a mouse, go to knife specific shops. Go to knife dealers. You're going to get the most variety, the best prices, and you're going to be happy. And you're going to know you're supporting good people. So that's all. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Take care.